Canada will be in recession soon. In this video, we will cover what is the percentage of chances for Canada to be into recession in 2025 and when Canada is going to be in recession. How close are we? This is Chetan from EconBit. Let's dive into this. As of May 27, 2025, the probability of Canada entering a recession in 2025 has increased. It's primarily driven by escalating US tariff threats and their anticipated impact on trade, consumer spending, and business investment. Recent forecasts and analysis indicate a high-end risk of a recession in Canada for 2025, with several institutions and economists revising their projection upward. First, TD Economics. In March 2025, TD Economics predicts a shallow recession with negative GDP growth in Q2 with -1% and in Q3 -0.2% up to 2025, driven by the US tariffs, slower population growth, and declining consumer spending. Second, Deloitte Canada. In April 2025, Deloitte forecasts a recession starting in Q2 2025 with GDP declining by 1.1% in quarter 2 and 0.93% in quarter 3. It also says it's the US tariffs as a major driver, and it has a huge impact on Canadian economy. They have a note that a 60% chance of a US recession would likely drag Canada into downturn due to integrated economics. Following to increased recession probability, from Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, the Bank of Canada's MPS shows a 12-point rise in the 6-month recession probability from 26% to 38%, and a 10-point rise from 6 to 12 months, 30% to 40%. Even a JP Morgan, early in 2025, they estimated a recession chances of 60% in US, with Canada likely to follow. Now they have lowered the chances to 50% in the US due to reduced China tariffs, but Canada risk remain elevated due to US-Canada trade tensions. Let's talk about key factors driving the change. First, US tariffs. A 25% tariffs on Canadian exports could reduce GDP up to 3% by 2030, with immediate effects in 2025. Second factor, slower population growth. Immigration cuts from 2 million in 2023 and 2024 to 500,000 by 2026 reduce consumer demand and labor force growth, weakening GDP, of course. Declining confidence. Consumer confidence, 50% people are uncertain and 40% are expecting a recession. And business sentiment down since December 2024 are curbing spending and investment, amplifying downturn risks. Also, the labor market is very weak. Unemployment rose to 6.9% in April 2025, with 33,000 job losses in March due to tariff fears. Forecast predicts a rise to 7%, with TD estimating 100,000 jobs losses in recession scenario. Now the question is, when we can expect a recession? There is a good possibility the recession may come in Q3 or Q4 of this year. We just have to watch what will be the data come for Q1 GDP and Q2 GDP. As all the institutions are expecting a slower growth, even negative growth, there is a good possibility we will see a recession somewhere in Q3 or Q4 in 2025. It's important to closely monitor developments in Canada US trade relations, Canadian government policies, and further interest rate cuts by the Bank of Canada, as these factors could collectively influence the timings or even delay the onset of a potential recession. Here is a question: are you prepared for this recession? If you do not, subscribe to know how to be a recession proof and get more economic updates. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe and like. Thank you guys.